Balantayan.
And I'm Adeline Ruano.
Please get ready. But first and foremost, we should seek the presence of Almighty Lord. Miss Abigail, can you please give us a heartwarming prayer?
Magtuturo po sa araw po na ito upang maibigay po nila at ma-report, ma-identify po nila ng maayos ang kanilang mga topic po. Bigyan din po kami buksan niyo po ang mga puso't isipan po namin para po mapakinggan at marinig po namin lahat ng mga i-lesson po namin ngayon ng maayos at ng tama, Lord, na may patawarin niyo kami sa lahat po na ano naman nagagawa kasalanan sa araw-araw. I-bless niyo pag-abot sa amin, at mahala sa amin na yun, Lord. Maraming salamat po sa lahat. At ito po ang aming samadalangin sa matang sa pangalan ni Jesus.
Amen.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Abigail. Before we go to sit, can you please look around and put unnecessary things and pick up and put it in paper. Also, arrange your chair. Before that, before we're going to tackle our main topic, we should go back to our past lesson. Can you please give me our past lesson? Please just raise your hand if you're going to give me the last lesson. Anyone? If you don't want, then I am going to use a random name picker to forcefully call you to give me the past lesson. Miss Jella, can you please give me the past lesson that we have tackled?
The past lesson that we tackled is about enhancement, the teaching and learning for and the classroom response system, like tutors and everything.
Thank you so much. Who else want to give me? Ayaw niyo yata. Pang gagamitin ko ulit. Yes, Brian. Word.
Sir, it's all about the instructional design model.
Thank you very much. Who else? Wala? Sigurado ka na yun ang prize? Yes, sana? Nangyaring palakpakan natin ang ating mga sarili dahil naaalala nyo pa ang ating huling pinalakad. But before that, this is our objective of this classroom. First is define conventional and non-conventional learning tools. Second is to understand the concept of use of the tools. And the third one is to participate actively in this class. In this classroom, I have 3 rules. That's first one is to listen attentively. Makinig kayo sa akin. Dahil wala na kayong ibang papakinggan pa, hindi maaaring ang katabi ninyo dahil naniniwala ako na walang mabuhan ang mga chismis na yan. Second one is to raise your hand if you're going to speak. Mangyaring taas lang ang inyong mga kamay kung may mga sasabihin kayo, may mga question kayo, at may mga kasagutan kayo. Naintindihan ba? Pangatlo, don't give an unnecessary, don't speak unnecessary. Huwag kayong magsasalita, lalong-lalo na kung nagsasalita ang inyong guro sa harapan. Dahil hindi lang ito ang ginakasus ninyo, yung mismong tinatakan natin. Maaaring makakagulo ito sa pakikinig ng inyong mga katabi. Naintindihan ba? Yes! Kayo, alam kong handa na kayo? Before that, magkakaroon tayo ng first activity. And we're going to call it Pass Me. When the music starts to play, the ball will also pass around. When the music stops, the person who holds the ball will immediately answer the following question. So what is that question? Alam niyo to, di ba? Yes. Pinapasa natin to. Ngayon, kung kanino hihinto ang bola ito, he or she will going to fill it. At kung katanungan ang naglalaman ng papel na yon, ay kailangan mo sagutin. Pero kapag nasagot mo yun ng tama at nasatisfy mo po, bibigyan kita ng isang malaking premyo. At hindi naman pwede puro katanungan na lang ang laman nito. Dahil may mga premyo din sa loob nito. Handa na ba kayo?
Yes!
Ngayon, tayo ay maglaro na ng basketball. Gusto nyo bang tumayo? Sige, magsigayo kayo. Yes? Okay, let's continue. Can you please spell that?
What strategies can effectively address the potential challenges of using ICT materials in teaching, such as digital literacy gaps among students or limited access to technology? First and foremost, let us one of the challenges of using ICT materials in teaching. That is, if a student don't have the good connection and the schoolwork or is run out, definitely, hindi po nila magagawa yung mga activities nila and hindi po sila makakapag-klase. Wherein, I think the best strategy for this is to use instructional materials para already po tayo sa mga anumang problems na maaaring mangyari.
So, mangyaring palakpakan natin siya. Palakpakan na bongga sa kanyang kasagutan. The next one. Rona, can you please?
So dito sabi dito how we can design learning experience yung by replacing traditional methods. So nowadays, 21st century is we have the technology or we have the what we call is the para mga instructional material that is connected with the technology. For example, is the PowerPoint presentation wherein we can use it to enhance the specific learning outcomes that can address the problems or the needed of the student in our classroom.
That's good. Kung yari pa lang baka nagsasabi, wala na ito. Next one, first of all. Okay, next one.
Wala.
No, it's not.
Pwede mo ibasa sa
Ngayon, ibig sabihin lang yan, wala. Huh? Oh, it's option.
Sila yung tanong. Oh.
Yes, it's correct. There's no question. Well, tapos na yata ang ating nangyaring palapakan natin ang ating mga topic. Thank you so much. And now, see you. Our topic for today is IC conventional materials to enhance teaching. Technology and traditional teaching tools work together. Digital resources enhance learning alongside physical materials, creating a richer and more engaging experience. So these materials will going to help the students and also the teachers to make the lesson easier. So what is materials? Ano nga ba itong mga sinasabing materials na ito? Simply, I have here a video that help you to understand what is this materials that use in many kinds of a class.
Do you still remember the pictures of the words and maps the teachers used to show in the class? They are called instructional materials or items. Hello everyone, in this video, we will define what instructional materials are. Instructional materials are an important element within the curriculum and are often the most tangible and visible aspect of it. They are specially designed classroom tools which contain instructions to learners and teachers and which specify each increment of learning. 1. The content to be learned. 2. The techniques of presentation. 3. The practice and use of that content. And 4. The modes of teaching associated with those techniques. Instructional materials can define the goals of the syllabus and the roles of the teachers and the learners within the instructional process. These materials could be videos, DVDs, YouTube, dictionaries, books, photocopied exercises, live talks by invited speakers, newspapers, photographs, discussions between learners, instructions given by the teacher, tasks written on cards, etc. In other words, they can be anything which is deliberately used to increase the learner's knowledge and work experience.
So, naiintindihan ba natin kung ano ang mga materials na ito? It is going to help students and teachers to understand the lesson. And I have here kind of pictures that you need, kailangan yung hulaan kung saan nga ba siya. That is, meron tayong materials dito, two categories. This is non-conventional materials and conventional materials. You just going to put the picture whether it's non-conventional materials or it's a conventional materials. Who else? Ay, sino ang may gusto na mag... Yes? Miss Abby? Kaagad-agad? Take a picture and... Tandaan nyo kung ano yung mga nilalagay ninyo, ha? Dahil mabalikan natin yan mamaya. Oh, thank you so much. Who else wants? Yes? Yes, Miss Grisha. Also, Mr. Jerry. Anna and Grisha. Give them a picture. Yes, Miss Mia. And Miss Hazelin. Kasha pa ba? Ilan pa yan? Ay, isa na lang. I'm sorry. Please. No, let's check. You should don't judge. Hayaan nyo lang sila kung ano mga nilalagay nila. Okay. So much. Okay na to.
Okay na to.
Okay na to? Okay na ba? Okay. Conventional learning materials as conventional learning and non-conventional learning. We should know them first. Conventional learning is a teacher-centered, which is number one na nade-develop dito ay ang teacher, which is siya ang pinaka-sentro. Naiintindihan niyo ako?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The second one is the student learning via face-to-face classroom learning. Sinasabi dito na ang conventional learning ay para ng ginagawa natin ngayon. Nakaharap ako sa inyo, nakaharap din sa akin face-to-face. Diba? Naiintindihan niyo ang aking sinasabi?
Yes, sir.
Pangatlo, the student passively receive the information. That is, diretso na nakukuha ninyo yung impormasyon na sinasabi ko. Kasi nga, face-to-face tayo, magkaharap tayo ngayon. Pang-apat, students have a limited access to information. So sinabi dito, sa pangatlo, na makakakuha ang estudyante ng informasyon. At ito sa pang-apat naman ay limited lang. Kumbaga, hindi lahat ng information ay makukuha nila. Bakit? Kasi, walang technology sa part na ito. That is, face-to-face na magkaharap ang estudyante at ang teacher. Kumbaga, lalo sa secondary, di ba? Hindi naman pwede na magkaharap ang teacher, nagtuturo ang teacher, ikaw na estudyante, ay nagsisearch ka on Google, on gumagamit ka ng smartphone. Teachers design the course of the learning. Dito, teacher mismo ang pipili sa kung ano ang ituturo niya sa inyo. Kumbaga, teacher mismo ang masusunod sa classroom na ito. Kasi magkaharap kayo, andito ang teacher, andito ang estudyante, at domain ito ng teacher, kumbaga, teacher ang masusunod sa buong classroom na ito. Naintindihan ako? Kumbaga, parang ang ginagawa ko ngayon, pag sinabi kong tumayo kayo, tatayo kayo physically. Na magkaharap tayo. Naintindihan ako? Pang-anim, learning by listening and memorizing. Dito, talagang makikita ng teacher kung sino ang mga nakikinig at mamememorize natin ng mga estudyante kaagad kung ano ang sinasabi ng teacher. Kasi kapag ka-online yan, pwedeng magkaroon ng lag. Naintindihan ako? Pwedeng magkaroon ng lag, internet connection ang problem doon. Pwedeng magkaroon pa rin ng ibang problema. Naintindihan ako? Dito kasi sa conventional, magkaharap na tayo eh. May ibibigay ko na sa inyo yung information ng diretsyo, maiintindihan ninyo at mamememorize ninyo kaagad. 7. Materials are cheap and easy to use. Bakit? Dahil yung mga items ng teacher ay mabilis na lang ninyong makikita. No effort. Hindi ba? So, parang ito. Diba? Napakabilis na nakita ninyo. No effortless. Hindi ko na kailangan magpindot-pindot. Hindi ko na kailangan magpanood o hindi ko na kailangan gumamit ng software para doon. Ipapakita ko na lang sa inyo o ipapagawa ko sa inyo. So, dito tayo sa non-conventional. Ano nga ba itong non-conventional na sinasabi? Student-centered. Bakit student-centered? May idea kayo? Student-centered kasi estudyante mismo ang mag-aaral. Nakuha ninyo ako? Estudyante mismo ang mag-a-adjust sa part na ito. Isa sa mga halimbawa niyan, nung nagkaroon tayo ng pandemic, tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Mga estudyante ang kailangan mag-aral para sa sarili nila. Kumbaga, limited tayo dito sa information. Limited na may bibigay ng teacher ang information. Pero, unlimited na kumuha kayo ng information through technology. Second, student can learn everywhere they are. Gaya ng sinabi ko, itong non-conventional na to ay technology to. Pwede mo lang siyang i-open sa cellphone, sa laptop, at pwede mo siyang buksan anywhere and anytime. Interactive learning. Bakit interactive learning? It is the use of software. Ibig sabihin, mas maaakit ang mga estudyante by the use of the technology. Second, infinite access of information. Walang katapusang access sa informasyon. Tama ba kapag sinabi natin technology?
Yes!
Kasi kung saan-saan na lang tayo kuha na information pag sinabi natin technology. Number 5, students can decide what they want to learn and when they want to learn it. Para itong pangalawa. Diba? Kumbaga, estudyante ang mag-decide. Pwede nyo lang siyang balik-balikan o pwede lang siyang buksan ng estudyante at ibibigay. Number 6, audiovisual and technology-based learning. That's an audiovisual. Ibig sabihin na papanood na lang ng mga estudyante. Napapakinggan na lang nila. Pero hindi nila nakikita ng diretsyo yung teacher. Number 7, most of the materials are expensive and difficult to use, manipulate. Manipulate, which means yung mga IM na sinasabi, mahihirapan talagang gamitin ng mga teacher na yan kapag ka technology-based. Naintindihan niyo ako? At mas mahal pa. Bakit? Siyempre, mag-load kayo. Yung mga walang wifi, tama?
Yes.
Mag-load kayo. Yes?
Third question. Sir, for your own opinion, what is more effective? It is conventional learning or non-conventional role?
Para sa akin, my own perspective, sabi nga, para sa akin, mas gusto ko na nakikita ang mga estudyante ko. Dahil mas makikita ko pa din kung sino ang mga nakikinig. Kapag ka-technology yan at mag-online class tayo, pag naka-off cam yan mga yan, imposible, nakahiga yan, nagsa-cellphone, naglalaro, at may kachat pa, baka yung jowa niya. Hindi ba? Nakikipaglandian siya sa cellphone, habang yung laptop niya naka-open lang. Ganun yung mga ginagawa ng mga estudyante, tama? O, diba? Tama ako, nag-react talaga kayo, upang kayo talaga yun. And the next, will be our next teacher, Miss Adeline.
So, good morning again. So, I will continue the discussion or yung pinakal ni Sir Ivan Tayan. So, the conventional or traditional learning. So, dito na, malalaman natin mamaya kung tama ba yung mga pinaglalagay. So, refers to learning methods wherein teachers and students interact face-to-face and meeting them in corners of classroom. Sabi nga ni Sir Ivan kanina is, ang conventional or traditional learning is yung dati. Kung ito yung ginagawa natin ngayon, face-to-face na pagkikipag-interact sa mga students. Next is, so the example of the conventional or non-digital tools is first one is the textbooks. So dito, it is a published or it is a printed or and published book that we can use the students and also the teachers. So dito, mapapansin nyo when nung elementary tayo is gumagamit tayo ng libro, di ba? And hindi uso ang cellphone. Kumbaga, pag may assignment tayo, hinahanap natin through textbooks or other books. And number two is the chart and flip chart. So dito is ito yung visual aids na ginagamit ng mga teacher or yung mga especially sa mga magdedemo is like yung alam niyo yung board na nababaliktad kaya nga flip chart siya yung para maituloy yung lesson or yung topic para kung baga may katuloy siya ibabaliktad mo na lang siya yung chart. And the third one is pictures and poster. So, sinasabi dito sa pictures is mas kailangan natin na yung pictures is makita natin and photo in real life kagaya nito nakaprint is makikita natin talaga siya kung ano nga ba talaga ito. While naman sa poster is gumagamit tayo ng mga symbols and mga icons para mas maintindihan pa natin ito. And the fourth one is atlases, globes, and maps. So dito is para ma-identify natin. So ano nga ba ang use ng mga globo? So ang use nito is para ma-identify natin o malaman yung directions ng mga lugar. So and flashcard. O ito, maaari naman dito yung flashcard is pwede siyang sa math, sa English pwede siyang sentence kung ano yung mga nakalagay sa flashcards kasi pwede din sa math kasi makikita natin sa flashcard na nakalagay na 1 plus 1 is equals na ipapasagot sa mga estudyante and pwede rin siyang English na tanungan. And sa next one is worksheet. So ito naman is a printed paper o printed sheet na na-print ng guro na ipapasagot na lamang sa mga estudyante. And the blackboard. So, ano nga ba ang use ng blackboard? Para mas maintindihan ng mga estudyante yung tinuturo ng guro. Dito rin sila naglalagay ng mga example para mas lumawak or mas maintindihan pa ng mga estudyante yung tinuturo ng guro. And the bulletin board. So, alam naman natin ang bulletin boards is to know and updates and malaman natin information kung anong mga next na gagawin. Like, dun sa bulletin boards ng education natin. Nakikita natin doon yung mga incoming events. And next is dictionary. So dito, ano nga ba ang use ng dictionary? So ang use ng dictionary is dito tayo naghahanap kung may hindi tayo alam na word para malaman natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin nito. Halimbawa ng mga lalalim na salita, kailangan natin hanapin yung mga word na yun kasi may katumbas ito sa dictionary. And number one is manipulated. So sinabi nga ni Sir Ivan kanina na ang manipulated is ito nga, true, yung mga IM materials na kailangan natin na mas magandang makikita natin na personal para mas maintindihan pa natin ito. And science lab, apparatus, and materials. So dito naman is siyempre, ginagamit lang ito sa, kumbaga, sa science or sa mga ngayon, ng mga course ng nursing. Ginagamit ko sa mga laboratory. And the next one na ano ba kayo nung elementary or high school, di ba meron tayong models na nakikita nyo sa picture is para mas ma-identify natin or mas malaman natin yung kung ano ba yung gamit nito. O yan, pag dinuro yung ano is a brain, di ba? Yung makikita mo din sa picture na model. And ito naman, the next one is diorama. So ito ginagawa natin to para pwede itong pang-display sa mga exhibits, sa mga kumbaga na lang meron tayong mga pa-program na kailangan may mga design na ginawa ng mga students, and pwede rin siya yung mga sa ocean, ayan, para ocean ba yan? Tapos, pwede rin siyang sa cityscapes, gano'n. So next one is non-conventional or digital tools. So these are the learning materials that are not commonly used in traditional classroom. These materials are also identified as a modern teaching tool. So sinasabi na naintindihan ng mga class na modern teaching tool. So yung mga ginagamit natin ngayon na mga technology. So the first one is computer and laptops. O ano nga bang use ng computer and laptops to restore data and more information and gather. And ang laptop din is nakakahelp to para to present a presentation like this. Yung laptop is to connect sa PC para mas makita ng mga students. And the next one is slideshow presentation. Yun na nga. Kapag ginamit natin yung laptop is pwede rin sa projector is mas makikita natin o mas mauunawaan natin dahil mas nakikita na natin pero through technology. And number one is e-book. So, dito is hindi na natin kailangan maghanap ng libro sa mga library. Kumbaga, downloadable app na lamang siya kasi nga pwede na siyang i-download through technology gamit ang tablets and cellphones. So, ito naman ang next is radio. So, ano nga ba ang list ng radio? So, ang radio sa mga ito, ginagamit to para sa mga students na hindi maka-attend or makapunta ng school sa mga malalayong lugar para naman kahit pa paano is natututo pa rin sila through pakikinig ng radio and television. So, next one is educational CDs, DVD, and audio tapes. So, naiintindihan naman natin na-explain ni Sir Ivan na ano ba ang use ng CDs, DVD, and audio tapes. So, ngayon kasi, isasalpak na lang natin ito sa DVD and yun, mapapanood na lang natin is lalo natin maiintindihan through technology. And the next one is mobile phones and tablets. So, ito ang pinaka-number one ngayon na ginagamit natin and napaka-useful ito ngayon sa panahon natin sapagkat ang mobile phones and tablets is the number one na kailangan natin. And through, kung wala namang internet is, kailangan pa rin ng internet kasi sa pamamagitan ng internet is nakakahalap tayo ng more information. And the next one is interactive whiteboard o smartboard. Ayan naman is bibihira lang mga gumagamit dito. Ang mga gumagamit lang siguro sa ibang bansa kung makikita lang natin is yung may mga kayang school kasi interactive whiteboard siya yung sinusulatan na lang na hindi ginagamitan ng mga chalk or iba. Online siya. And that's all.
So, to the moment of truth, bakit pa napapalapakan? To the moment of truth, malalaman natin yung mga siyang didikit ninyo.
Kung
Ito.
tama ba?
Ngayon ko mali yung mga nagsidikit dito. Ngayon, tatanungin ko kayo isa-isa. Si teacher, magbibigay siya ng premyo sa inyo. Tama ba yung didikit mo?
Hindi po, sir.
Ikaw, tama ba?
Yes.
Then, you can get your prize. Ikaw, tama ba na?
Ay, tama ko sana kasi nakita ko kanina. Then sabi ko na, need lang yung isa non-conventional daw yun.
Kasi nakita ko dito sa naka-flash doon, sir, parang baliktad po.
Bakit?
Sa picture, di ba lang yung style ka? Hindi na.
Tama.
Tama na dito.
Dalawa na po tama dyan, guro.
Tama yung soft
Tama. So,
Non-conventional.
it's, ano naman eh, it's common sense, conventional.
to limit the access of technology.
Sagot. So, thank you so much. Palakpakan natin siya. Talagang nagustuhan ko ang kanyang katanungan. Sa tingin ko, mas maganda na gawin natin ito modern. But not the use of lahat ng materials na to. Kumbaga, it is a conventional learning method, cultural learning method, pero dadalhin natin yung modern. In short, pagsasamahin natin yung cultural and modern. Parang ang ginagawa namin ngayon. Nakaharap kami sa inyo, gumagamit kami ng IELTS, at the same time, gumagamit kami ng technology. Kumbaga, mas mabilis ang information, mas mabilis ang talakayan, mas mabilis na maunawaan, at the same time, nakapag-promote pa tayo ng technology. Thank you so much, Anak. Palakpakan natin si Jaya. Dahil yan, mag-quiz na tayo. Maglalabas kayo ng 1/4 sheet of paper. Yan. So, babasahin na lang namin sa inyo para mabilis din. Teacher?
So, instruction, choose the best answer for each question. So, number 1 is which of the following is not a conventional ICT material used in teaching? A is interactive whiteboard. B, overhead projector. C, virtual reality headset. D, computer projector.
Pwede ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, second one. What is the primary advantage of using conventional ICT materials like overhead projectors in the classroom? A, high cost effectiveness. B, easy to use and accessibility. C, advanced interactive features. And D, integrations with online resources. Pwede na ba mga anak?
Yes, sir.
So, number 3, how can teachers effectively integrate conventional ICT materials into their lessons plan? A, replacing traditional methods entirely. B, using them as a sole teaching tool. C, supplementing existing methods to enhance learning. And letter D is ignoring the limitation of these tools.
Okay na ba? Number 4. What is the potential drawback of relying heavily on conventional ICT materials like projectors, increasing students' engagement, improve visual learning, technical difficulties and distractions, enhance teachers-students interaction?
So number 5, which of the following best describes the role of an interactive whiteboard in enhancing teaching? A, simply displaying a static image. B, providing a dynamic platform for collaborative learning. C, replacing the need for student participation. And letter D, limiting teacher-student interaction.
Number 6. How can teachers ensure that using conventional ICT materials does lead to the passive learning? A, minimizing students' interaction. B, focusing solely on visual presentation. C, encouraging active participation and discussion. And D, ignoring student feedback.
So number 7, what is a crucial factor to consider when selecting conventional ICT materials for a lesson? A, the latest technology trends. B, the cost of the materials. C, the alignment with learning objectives and student needs. And letter D, the teacher personal preference.
Nakakasunod ba mga anak?
Yes, sir!
Number 8. Which of the following is an effective strategy of troubleshooting technical issue with conventional ICT materials during a lesson? A, ignoring the problem of continuing a lesson. B, panicking and losing control of the classroom. C. Having a backup plans and resources readily available. And D. Blaming the technology and dismissing its use.
So number 9, how can teachers assess the effectiveness of using conventional ICT materials in their teaching? Letter A, ignoring student feedback. B, relying solely on their own judgment. Letter C, gathering data through observations, assessment, and student feedback. And letter D, assuming positive impact without any evaluation.
Nakasunod pa ba?
Yes, sir.
What is the most important aspect of using conventional ICT materials in teaching? Letter A, the technology itself. B, a teacher's skills is using that technology. C, the cost effectiveness of the materials. And D, the pedagogical approach of alignment with learning objectives. And that, nakakasunod ba mga anak? O masyadong mabilis? Parang hindi ko kayo naririnig. Nakakasunod ba talaga kayo?
Yes, sir!
That's good. And, mangyari ipasa pa harapan ng mga paper kay teacher. And for your assignment, you can just picture that slide. Okay ba lahat?
Yes, sir!
Okay, thank you so much, class.